Ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. There's 7 major lessons I wish I would have known when I started my mobile detailing business. Yes, I've grown quickly, but I've made a couple $100,000 in mistakes over the past couple years, so I'm here to pass some of that knowledge along to you. And no, this is not my car, this is for a promo shoot. There's 7 major keys that you need to know as a mobile detailer before you hit your first $10,000 month so that you can become more profitable, grow your business honestly quicker than I did. And the first thing that you need to know is how to get customers properly. It took me 8 months to understand a simple fact, which is that traditional marketing methods are garbage. Okay, they're garbage. I spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours knocking doors, passing out flyers, doing all of these things that you would think are the best methods to advertise early on, but they simply didn't work. Reason being, because you're dealing with cold leads. These are people that you have to convince. You have to go into sales mode and convince them that they, A, need a detail, and B, should be spending your price. You can't just walk up to somebody's home and tell them that they need to spend $250 to clean their car and expect them to be 100% down with it. You have to go into complete salesman mode, which is a waste of time early on. Instead, you need to be doubling down on organic traffic. This is done a couple ways. 1, SEO. This is search engine optimization. When someone types in detailing services near me, the top results that pop up on Google are the ones that they're going to call. These are potential clients that already understand that they want a detail service and they know how much it costs, hence why they're using the word detailing in their search instead of car wash. These are your ideal customers. So if you're not popping up on Google whenever somebody searches for detailing services, then honestly, you're not going to be getting calls. You're not going to be making money. So we need to double down on this. This is something that I teach all of my students how to do, but I'll make it very simple for you right now. 2 kinds of organic traffic. 1 is true organic traffic, which is SEO. It's getting your website to the point where it ranks without having to spend any money on ads. 2 is using Google Ads, which is where whenever you make that search on Google, a result pops up and it says sponsored. There's ad spend behind that, but it still achieves the same effect because it's popping up on Google for a given search term instead of you having to walk up to somebody's house and offer that service to them. So that is how you effectively market your services online and use digital marketing to your advantage. Now, if you are a complete beginner, here are the 2 things that I would do very, very first to get that first round of customers before you do digital marketing. Number 1, friends and family round. Super simple. Make a list of 10 to 25 potential friends or family in your area that you can hit up and say, hey, I'm offering this detailing service and here's how much I'm charging, but if you book within the next 2 weeks, it's 20% off. You offer urgency for them to book, and then you create a referral program as well. So once you have booked some of those details with friends and family, what you need to do then is after you finish the detail, if they're satisfied, you tell them, hey, we actually have a referral program where if you refer a friend, I'll give them 20% off their service, and I'll send you $20 via Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, whatever the case may be. Early on, I sent some of my customers $100 because they referred 5 of their friends. It makes it totally worth it. It allows you to get that snowball going. And then as long as you take all of that money that you've made from that method and you reinvest it into digital marketing, into ad spend, into potentially hiring a company to do your SEO and build your website for you, you will be on the path to making $10,000 a month or more just from organic traffic. Now, lesson number 2 is how to actually maintain customers. The basics here is do a good job, but beyond that, you need a way to capture MRR. MRR is monthly recurring revenue. These are customers that pay you every single month for the same service, predictably same day every single month. These are maintenance customers. These are customers that you offer your $150, $200 washes once per month to. Now, the reason why I'm saying $150 to $200 is because most detailers completely screw themselves up with maintenance services because they offer a $60 wash once a month, which ultimately isn't worth your time. It's still going to take you an hour to an hour and a half. So you're well below that mark of $100 an hour, which is what I personally shoot for, especially early on in my business. Now we make maybe $125, $150 an hour, but you should be shooting to be worth $100 an hour. So don't devalue your service that much. Instead, offer maintenance plans that are fully custom based on what the customer needs to build monthly recurring revenue. I do this by asking the customer what they need, how often they need it, and where they're located. Based on their responses to those 3 questions, that's how I build a personalized package for them. Personalizing a customer's maintenance plan is super important. I might have one customer that only needs their car detailed once every 3 months. Okay, so now once every 3 months, I get paid $250 to service their vehicle, interior and exterior. Maybe that service usually goes for $300. They get a very slight discount, but it puts them on a repeat schedule. That way I'm making $250 every 3 months or $1,000 every single year from that one person. Other customers we see every single week. I have one customer that pays us $150 every single week, but he has other services that he needs. That's for 2 vehicles. It's weekly. They take 30 minutes a piece. So for an hour of work, we make $150 consistently, which is $600 every month from that one customer. All right, lesson number 3. Now that you're making all of this money, where do you put it? Your first instinct is going to be to reinvest it back in the business, which is absolutely correct. The problem is you're probably going to reinvest it into the wrong part of your business. You're probably going to buy and try every detailing product under the sun, which is a waste of your time and a waste of your money. The only reason you should be trying any extra detailing products is if something that you use right now doesn't work, or if you don't currently offer a service and you're trying to learn how to offer that service. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. When I started my detailing business, I would buy 5 different tire cleaners and try them all at once. That would be $100 worth of tire cleaner, when the one that I was already using worked just fine. Find what works in terms of products and stick with it. If you are confused on what products to buy, I will link my full list of every single product that our company uses, but please don't go there and buy all of them just because. Be smart with your money. Your money should be reinvested into advertising. If the products you use work, stick with them. Now, the 4th lesson. This is the big flex for every detailer, and that is buying your first van or company truck. So when should you buy your first company vehicle as opposed to detailing out of your personal vehicle? Well, first and foremost, you don't need to have a company vehicle to start your detailing business. That level of professionalism is actually not demanded in this service. Yes, you will stand out, but the majority of detailers in your area, I almost guarantee, are working out of their personal vehicles. Most detailers are weekend warriors. They have a side hustle. And hopefully you're trying to grow your business to a place where I'm at, where it grew beyond a side hustle. But that being said, when you're below $5,000 a month, you don't necessarily need to worry about a company vehicle as long as your car is doing the job. Once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, when is it time to buy a company vehicle? Well, buying your first van comes whenever you validated the concept of your detailing business to yourself. For me, this lies anywhere between $5,000 a month and $10,000 a month. I bought my first company vehicle the first month that we did 5 figures. It was $11,500 and some change when I bought a 2015 Ford Transit Connect with cash. Now, should you buy it with cash? In my opinion, no. I wanted to because I wanted to have that moment of pride. I bought this company vehicle with cash from the fruits of my labor. But honestly, money is only the stored value of your time. So if I spend $20,000 in cash on a vehicle like that, that's 2 months worth of blood, sweat, and tears that I've just sunk into something that I could be paying $300 a month for. It's much better to finance business expenses. This is how I operate my business now. You leverage OPM. That stands for other people's money. Use the bank's money. Use a loan as long as the asset that you've purchased is cash flowing enough to cover its initial monthly cost, plus make you good margin. It's much better than sinking all of your capital into one asset. I would much rather have $100,000 in the bank in a savings account, which means I have 2 years worth of my own expenses completely covered in case of an emergency, than to sink $100,000 into 4 or 5 different company vehicles and have them paid off in cash, but have no money setting aside for an emergency. The 5th lesson. Once again, this is about finances. You need to be taking your financial planning incredibly seriously right now. The biggest lesson that I've learned over the past couple of months in my business is that the last person that you want to be is the person that pumps cash but has no ability to retain it. That has been me. I'm incredibly guilty of this. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have come into my account and come right out of my account because I've been aggressively trying to grow the business. Well, I have spent a lot of money on things that I thought were going to grow the business, but never really ended up coming to fruition. So I've wasted a lot of money. Big purchases, speak with your accountant first. If you're making $5,000 a month or more, you need to get an accountant ASAP. An accountant will save you so much headache. I've recently gotten one after making, I've already crossed the threshold of a couple $100,000 a year, and I only just now got an accountant, and she is cleaning everything up for me that I should have taken care of way earlier on. I would probably have so much more money in savings or in investments if I had done that straight from the jump. So please make sure that early on you're paying attention to your pocket. The sixth lesson is making your first hire. When do you get your first employee and how do you train them? Well, your first employee should come the moment that you're consistently booking 3 days out in advance. A lot of detailers want to flex and they want to say, hey, I'm booked out for 1 week, 2 weeks, I'm booked out for 3 months, and they think that that's an incredible flex. My friend, if you're booked out more than 2 to 3 days in advance, you are a terrible businessman because there's so many people that want services same day, next day, or within the next couple of days, or even within the next week, that if you're unable to get to them, you are losing out on tens of thousands of dollars in revenue every single month. Your first hire should come the moment that you know that you're consistently booking a couple days out, because that'll allow you to take on more volume, service more customers, and grow your business much, much quicker. Now, the second thing that you have to know about your hire is how to motivate people. Don't just give them a flat hourly rate or commission. Don't say, hey, I'll pay $20 an hour and that's it, or I'll pay 30% of the mobile detailing jobs that you do. Instead, have a base hourly rate or a base commission and build incentive structures. I paid one of my mentors, Wade Houston, the former president of Grant Cardone's 10X Health, for a call where he unpacked how he incentivized his employees when he ran that multi-million-dollar a month company. And he said that the biggest incentive structure is based on efficiency. It's based on productivity. So what I do now, instead of just giving a flat hourly rate, is, hey, you make $20 an hour, but your average detail right now is taking you 3 hours. If you next month can get that from 3 hours to 2.5 hours, then you'll get paid 10%, 15%, 20% extra this month than you did last month. So you still get your base hourly rate, and then I just add a percentage bonus on top of it based on performance. People need to be paid to perform, not just to show up. That's how you get really crappy 9-to-5 employees. Now, the seventh and most important lesson that I want to share is about planning and goal setting. To me, this represents shifting gears. When you drive a car and you're beginning to rev into higher RPMs and you're accelerating, you have to shift gears. Otherwise, the ride is not going to be smooth and you're not going to continue making progress. There are periods in your life where you will be sprinting incredibly hard until you hit a goal. But then eventually you might hit a wall unless you can shift gears. If you're revving too high and not shifting gears, you will feel stuck regardless of how quickly you are moving in the direction of a goal. This is why it is so important to set goals just like this. Here's how I set goals. You have 3 primary goals for the month. You have 5 for the week and 3 for the day. The 5 for the week support those 3 monthly goals, and those 3 daily goals support those 5 weekly goals. You need to be able to progress through the steps every single day, week, and month in accordance with your long-term goal. If your 6-month goal is to reach $10,000 a month as a mobile detailer, you need 3 goals this month. Fix your pricing, run your first round of Google Ads, hire your first employee. Your 5 for the week are going to be make the new website, put out a want ad, research pricing. And then your dailies are going to be even smaller segmented versions of what you have outlined for the week. You need to be able to focus on higher leverage points. If you feel like you're stuck, it usually means that you have to take a different approach. There's a quote that I really like, which is, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Sometimes it's better to progress through the steps of your business in a slow and controlled manner to ensure that it's smooth rather than just aggressively revving at those high RPMs without shifting. If you ever feel stuck, it means you have to take a slightly different approach and focus on higher leverage points. This ties me back into our very first conversation in this video, which, for example, is if you're knocking doors, let's say you've knocked 100 doors in the past couple of days and you've gotten maybe only 2 bookings. That's 2% conversion rate. That's pretty bad. If you continue revving at that high RPM and continuing to go after door knocking without adjusting your strategy at all, you're going to burn yourself out because yes, you're putting in the work. Yes, you're hammering in those hours and getting those reps in, but you're not actually unlocking any leverage points in your business. In that situation, you either need to record your door knocking and figure out what it is that you can change about your approach to close a higher rate, or you need to say, hey, my highest leverage point is actually going to be removing myself from door knocking and focusing on digital marketing. So you may see where I'm at with the detailing business and think that I'm really far ahead of you. Well, I've got a policy for myself. I don't give advice to people that are more than 1 to 2 steps beneath me. I'm only 2 years in the game. There's a series of simple steps that I've executed, and that's literally the whole purpose of this video, was to teach those steps to you. I'm only about 1.5 years ahead of the position you're in right now. If you can double down and take advice from somebody that is in the spot where you want to be, the speed at which you can accelerate your business to $10,000 a month plus is much quicker than you might imagine. And all I want this to be is living proof for you. And I'm not saying that I'm at the top of my game either. The business is doing great, but I'm still actively learning. These are the 7 lessons that I've learned over the past 2 years that have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can say right now that I'm confident that I will make 7 more in the next couple years that will cost me millions this time. Because in order to grow, you have to fail. I do so many things wrong. I've had employees quit out from under me. I've had customers tarnish the reputation of my company and me have to try to get it back because we made a big mistake with their vehicle. These are all things that happen in the course of business. I am only a couple steps ahead of where you want to be. I'm not at the top of the food chain just yet. So hopefully this video puts you on the right track.